Welcome back to Everyone Has a Story, where we share true tales from everyday life. We are so glad you're here. Do you like to travel? I do. But I didn't realize I had a bucket list of sorts until a trip to Alaska a few years back. The Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis some people call them, was something I had long given up hope of ever seeing. But on a dark, moonless night, in the middle of the passage outside of Juneau, Alaska, my dream came true. So come along with me now on a journey to see mystical ribbons in the sky. Do you have a bucket list? Things you want to see, do, accomplish, places you want to visit before, you kick the bucket? The idea was made really popular in 2007 when the movie by the same name was released. It drew attention to the desire to do and experience something out of the ordinary, something memorable, something you've always wanted to do and don't want to leave this life before you do. I have not compiled an official list yet, although I found some fascinating websites that will help you do so, and I'll leave those in the link below. But I do have some basics in mind. In fact, I had one I honestly never dreamed I would be able to fulfill, mostly due to my own aversion to the cold and unwillingness to spend any more time in it than has been necessary. The Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis, have always fascinated me. It seems pure magic, a fantasy vision, to see ribbons of light rippling across a night sky. Neon green, deep pink, cobalt blue, royal purple, something so dynamic silently sailing above. Before I traveled to Sweden in my teens, and long before there was anything like the internet to help with research, I had the idea that Sweden must be far enough north to be able to see them. Wrong. At least where I was visiting anyway. It was far too much south for any such display. For the rest of my adult years, I didn't give it too much thought. I spent my midlife scheming how to get out of the cold winters of Ohio, permanently, and never had any desire to vacation to a place colder than where I already was. The romantic notion of seeing the Northern Lights just faded away to the distant background. 35 years passed by. We had since moved to the desert, away from the cold Ohio winters, and our dream of an Alaskan cruise became a reality. Even as we embarked on this great adventure, I had not yet resurrected the Northern Lights dream, assuming we would still be too far south. To my immense delight, on our first day, the captain announced that outside of Juneau, we would very likely be able to see the Northern Lights. I squeaked with surprise and excitement. Woo! Like a little child, I waited patiently for the night to arrive, and waited, and waited. Just as we were crawling into bed for the night, the telltale captain's alert tones came across the speakers.
Wakey, wakey, everyone. This is your captain, Captain Alex, talking to you from the bridge.
This was in a sing-song voice, as we had come to find delightful. Alex Papadopoulos really enjoyed his job. His enthusiasm was infectious and so heartwarming.
We have spotted some Northern Lights ahead of us and are going to be slowing the ship for you to go out and see. Everyone out on your balconies and out on deck, it is a Northern Lights pajama party.
I sprung from my bed and threw on every warm piece of clothing I could find, flung open the slider, and scrambled out on the balcony. We stood there, looking up into the cold, black Alaskan night sky. As our eyes adjusted, looking off to our left towards the front of the ship, we began to see ribbons of neon green. Fleeting, almost imperceptible, and then they became brighter and clearer. The captain slowed the ship to a near stop and shut off all but emergency lighting outdoors so we had the best chance to see and take photos. I caught my breath. I hadn't realized how much I had been anticipating this moment for so many years. Instant tears in my eyes and more emotion than I would ever have guessed took me totally by surprise. Silent waving ribbons in the sky, neon green, appearing and disappearing in the fog, mysterious, ethereal, magical. Seemed like something that majestic should have some kind of audio accompaniment, but nothing. Silence. The silence made it all the more spine-tingling. We stayed until they were lost behind the increasing fog. Shivering, I made my way back to the bed. Imagine, a bucket list item crossed off the list, just like that. Actually, too, I'd always wanted to see Alaska by cruise, too. I will never forget that night, and I think that's what bucket list items must be. Something so extraordinary that it leaves you with an everlasting feeling and memory so strong it stands out amongst others. What's on your bucket list? Do you have one? If you don't, what will you add to it? If you do, what's keeping you from checking off those items? People have a need to dream, to aspire to more than what and where they currently are. We want to accomplish things that make us happy, make us feel good about ourselves, and provide us with experiences that will give us lifelong memories. If you don't have a bucket list, consider starting one. If you do, review it frequently. Decide on the next item you will set out to achieve. Without a solid vision, we cannot hope to achieve our goals and dreams. We must speak it, see it, plan for it, and then do it. Go see the Grand Canyon, learn a new language, volunteer at a charity, and change someone's life. Do it. So tell us in the comments below, what bucket list items have you accomplished? Which ones are you still dreaming about? Tell us your story. We want to know that you're happy and achieving your dreams, because only you can accomplish for yourself.